Hello YouTube, I'm back again. Today I want to talk about prepping in the winter and survival situations. Okay, it's a little bit different when you are preparing in the winter than the summer. You know, everybody knows that. I mean, summer is so wonderful. I mean, you think about bugging out and going out in the woods in the summertime is a walk in the park, but it's just as dangerous in the summer as it is in the winter, you know, because you got more bugs and insects and snakes and stuff to deal with out there, you know, especially up here we got crazy skunks. I mean, they just, you know, I think they rabbit, but I'm not sure. But they're not farming. And then you got the coyotes that we have a big problem with up here, and we had them in the wintertime too. But anyway, I was just thinking, the way you deal with survival and prepping in the wintertime, you make sure you dress for the weather. I mean, that's the number one thing. That's the difference between winter and summer. Summer, you really can't dress for it. I mean, you got that's the best you can do is shorts and a t-shirt. I mean, unless you're gonna run around naked, and I don't think a lot of us want to see some of these people out here naked. But anyway, what I used to do when I worked for the post office, and I was a mailman for, like I said, 30 years, and summer, winter, fall, the whole thing. You know, I've been through some of the worst winters. I mean, from anywhere from minus 30-degree weather to 108-degree weather. I mean, I've been out there. And what I used to do in the wintertime, I used to dress for layers. And what I mean by that is I used to dress in layers. You know, t-shirt, a regular shirt, a sweater, and a coat, you know. Oh, and then I have long johns if it was really cold. I have long johns, you know, or a union suit. A lot of you don't remember union suits, but I remember union suits because I had one when I was a kid. But yeah, we long johns, you know, the extra pair of socks, you know, or some wool socks. But the one thing I want you to know, if you wearing wool socks, be very careful with wool socks. You got to wear those at a certain temperature, because if you don't, your feet will sweat. And if your feet will sweat, they will get wet. And once you get cold again, your feet will freeze and you got a chance of frostbite. So be careful with wool socks. So, I mean, you don't want to get frostbite. And then what I used to do, I didn't wear a hooded mask or anything like that. You know what I mean? I used to just have a scarf to cover my neck and the bottom part of my chin and stuff like that. The rest of my face was exposed, and I used to always carry Vaseline. I mean, I Vaseline everywhere, you know, and on my hands, everywhere, you know, because sometimes I didn't put my gloves on. But you got to have something to keep your face from getting burned too by the winter. The winter elements can burn you. I mean, that hawk is no joke. I mean, so yeah, basically that's what it is. Like I said, I didn't wear a ski mask. I used a lot of Vaseline. I kept a jar in my car, in my postal truck, you know. And like I said, you just dress in layers to deal with the weather, and make sure your feet don't freeze. And please, if you start to sweat, take off a few layers, because the worst thing you can do is to be wet in the cold air, because you will get pneumonia or worse. Okay, but that's all I want to talk about that. But I also want to mention, you know, that they're having a problem transporting rice in California. You know, they have a nice rice harvest. I mean, it was a little late this year, and now they're having problems transporting the rice. Okay, and another thing, hold on one second. And another thing is, I told everybody with this impeachment thing going on that they're distracting you from the real issues. The real issue is the budget. Now, they just sent the budget. I think they passed the budget. I'm not sure. They just sent the budget because we were finna go broke. They were finna shut down the government again if you didn't know it. They just sent the budget as a $1.4 trillion budget to the Senate. And, you know, it's a compromise budget for both Republicans and Democrats. So it's going to fund the government until September. Okay, but a lot of people, like I told them, they didn't know that the government was about to shut down again, because it's not news. It's not. They got all this other shit that they wasting our money on doing. But anyway, and then in New Orleans, you know, we got hit with a cyber attack in New Orleans. You know, the city is under emergency situation, and It's just crazy out here. But anyway, I'm making this video too long, and I really wanted to talk about people being dressed for the winter, and I would like to applaud the people in Virginia that supporting the Second Amendment, and the 88 counties that are now amnesty. What is it? Amnesty states, amnesty counties. That's why I say you got to start locally, and then you work your way up. That's how everything starts, because you can't just go to the top and try to work your way back. You got to work your from the top, by the bottom to the top. Now that they got the counties, now they can take back the states. And that's what you got to do. You get that support in, get your state back, get that Second Amendment back. Start small and grow big. But anyway, that's politics. And I said I wasn't going to talk politics. And one more thing I was worried about, and I told you I had a dream. I'm going to make the video. I'm going to go out and put it out. But everybody's worrying about World War III, the Civil War. But the real problem is the financial situation and the weather. I'm telling you, we finna go for a crash, and that's gonna mess up everybody. It's coming. And I've been watching the financial news. I've been watching the weather. We finna get hit, and I just want everybody to be aware of that. But anyway, make sure you prep, make sure you carry, and make sure you stay safe. Thank you.